What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you follow me, or even if you're in the bodybuilding world and maybe you saw some clips from Olympia, then you might have come across some interesting things that happened this past weekend. And I was there, so I wanted to fill you in on my perspective and kind of fill in a few things that I feel like people missed, which was interesting to me, but okay. And yeah, so I wanted to do that. But before I do that, I want to talk about where everyone was at mentally showing up for this actual event. So we had a whole different level of stress even trying to get to Vegas because Hurricane Milton was touching base that Wednesday night, which was going to be spreading into that Thursday morning. And majority of people's flights were scheduled for Thursday. Luckily, I lived in a city outside of Tampa, so I was able to get on my plane and make it there. But everyone else's flights were canceled. All of our team was not there. It was me and one girl and the people that were throwing it together, the owners. That was it. We didn't have any of our normal athletes. We didn't have any of our normal models, which added an extra layer of stress because we weren't really quite sure if we were going to be able to put the event on or not. And I mean, regardless, we were going to do what we could and make it happen. So you add that in, and then you add in the fact that that hurricane was hitting right exactly where some of the people that are with Titan live, where their business is located. We're worried, people are worried, and that's totally understandable considering what happened with the hurricane prior, and it did mess up that area a little bit, but this time it was set to be a whole lot worse. And knowing what happened with people in a little bit further up north in North Carolina, it was really unexpected what happened. So we all kind of had that lingering in the back of our mind as we're trying to run around and get things ready and not having all the help that we need. But we managed to pull it all together at the last minute. So I just wanted to share that as a part of helping people understand that we weren't in the mood to play around. We had little to no sleep. Some people didn't even have electricity. It was just chaos before we came there. Chaos just pulling it together. And now we have this other, this person coming along and causing problems. So we're just, trying to deal with everything and manage everything the best we can. One of the interesting things about these videos that people put out sometimes is you take a 30-40 minute, maybe even possibly an hour. I'm not sure exactly how long it was, but I knew it was longer than just this couple of minute little clip. But you take this really long event and then you shorten it down, and you're getting these moments that are just happening back to back, but you're not seeing how some of it plays out, where someone's being asked to just stop over and over and over again and they're not giving in to the moment. That in itself has the ability to make anyone frustrated. Now, I'm completely indifferent to any of that, I wasn't mad at all, but I was in the middle of all of it. It's kind of funny how it happened because I was just told to go over to a particular area, and I'm standing there next to John, which is one of my best friends for the past 8 years, and they're arguing back and forth like you saw in the video. He's saying, don't go up there, and he's saying, I'm going to go up there. And as soon as I didn't know something was happening, but as soon as I figured out what was happening, I made a decision to go between them and go up the stairs and stand, because that's my way of okay, well then I'll be your huckleberry. I'm your huckleberry. You want to come up here, you want to mess with us. Okay, well now you're going to have to push a girl over, or you're going to have to hit a girl, or you're just going to have to move me out of the way. And I'm not, I'm one of the nicest people you meet, all right? I think everyone says that, don't they? Yeah, most people do. I'm not there to, I'm there to work, of course. I'm not trying to have any confrontation with anyone in particular, but I'm also a person that believes in what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong, and I don't care. I don't care. I don't care if it gets me punched in the face. I just don't care. I've never been punched in the face. I've punched in the face before. Of course I have. Several times. And I highly doubt someone that's covered in tattoos anyways can't handle a little bit of pain. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to stand up here and he's just going to have to physically move me out of the way, or I don't know. I really don't know, but fuck around and find out. We'll see what happens, you know? And I'm not threatening anyone because I'm not really sure what I would do in that moment. I was not in a bad mood. I wasn't even mad. I wasn't aggravated. I wasn't anything. But move me out of the way if you want to get up here. Just move me. That's how I feel. Eventually, you saw Charisse come over and stand there, and she's one of the owners as well, which is another female. Because, I mean, here's the thing. We just had no guys there with us. Like, it was just a team of females. You're bullying this stage and there's nothing but girls. And I mean, I know you could probably be like, well, then, Mike should have came down. He should have talked to us. Mike was doing his job and I was doing my job. Okay. I'm going to leave it at that. All right. And that whole thing about Mike calling the cops, Mike never called the cops. Mike never called the cops. Actually, you saw one of the guys leave after John asked the guy several times not to go up there. John left and he went and got security, and it took them like forever to come back. It took security quite a long time to even come back. The cops ended up showing up like much later on, like you saw in the video. I mean, a lot of it did play out exactly like you saw it, but I don't know who the other guy was that was standing near me that started chanting and had the scale in his hand. All I knew was that he was pretty damn close to me. I mean, we were standing on stairs, and I'm on one stair above him, and he's on the stair below me, and he's like right in my face chanting. I don't know who he is, and I really don't care, but I'm not going to move. You're going to have to move me. I'm not that I'm being stubborn, not that I think that I'm just that bad, but I don't know. I just don't care. Like, do it. Do whatever you're going to do. But I'm not going to sit there and let people like torture us either. Like, so anyways, I digress. You saw the scale get broken. You saw Mike kind of come down and say, bring another person up, and them have their talk, and him say, yeah, I worked out to come see you. All that happened. And he did. He was like, before all that happened, before he got up to the front of the line, he's just standing there in line just working out. Maybe I don't get it. I don't get the need for like that male on male validation, but I know that it's very, very real, and that's okay. I don't know why you would work out for another man necessarily. That's okay if you if that's your thing. Okay. All right. Now, that's not something I really understand. Maybe that's a guy thing. I don't know. That it's some sort of phenomena that surrounds. I mean, I can kind of get it, but I guess maybe I kind of don't. But that male phenomena that surrounds the ego of a man of not wanting to, I don't know. Maybe it's just two men that don't want to give in to one another. It's just this, the scale and the measuring tape is just a tool for them to like dominate one another. I'm not sure. But I know if someone came up to me acting aggressively towards me and asked me for anything, I would not give it to them. Go fuck yourself. I'm not doing it, it's just not going to happen. So I can kind of agree with that. That's really all I have to say about what's happened. I understand that everyone has a job to do. I get that. I actually think me and Eric have a little bit more in common than maybe it appears to be. And he likes to dress up in some of his videos and look a little bit more tougher. when he plays that mobster, gangster, whatever. But like for me, it's the opposite. I actually add things to my image so that I look a little bit nicer, because I'm not that nice. I'm just not. I'm just kidding. I'm nice. Just kidding. Bye, everyone.